We head back to Capitol Hill. We're going to talk with Arizona Congressman, Republican Andy Biggs. He joins us live. Congressman, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Shannon. Good to be with you.
All right, I know you're busy over there and waiting for the next round of votes and what's going to happen if this gets through the Senate and gets to you. And I know that there are other hurdles if it makes it that. But let's first talk about the fact that I had Senator Lindsey Graham on just moments ago, and he said when I pressed him about the deficit and what this spending impact would be, he said we have to make a priority of military spending. It's been unfair to them to leave them lurching from shutdown to shutdown. He says he's all about making that priority. The rest of the deal he can live with because of solving that problem. Your take?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. I agree with them. We need to get out of the CR process because it harms the military. But what he didn't mention to you is that they've had a budget, the 12 budget bills that took care of the military spending for a full year for about 5 months now, and they've done nothing about it. And he didn't mention that 3 days ago, the House voted to send a full year funding CR to the Senate, all other spending being held even, but full funding for the military. And this is what we got back, is a massive increase in spending and the military. And what I see here is he's using the military as a lever to get all this additional spending in. It's not necessary. It shouldn't be there. It's going to bankrupt us ultimately if we keep spending like that. But, you know, we took care of the military. We just needed the Senate to act responsibly.
All right, here's what the president said, because he is of the same mind about this military issue. He says the budget agreement today, and this was yesterday, is so important for our great military. It ends the dangerous sequester and gives Secretary Mattis what he needs to keep America great. Republicans and Democrats must support our troops and support this bill. So if in its current form it makes it to you, are you a no vote?
Yeah, I'm absolutely a no vote. Look, I voted 3 days ago to fully fund the military. And when we got it back, people are talking about $300 billion, but that is just the cap increase. They don't mention the debt limit is rescinded effectively, so you can spend as much as you want. And then also, they don't include things like the disaster relief, et cetera, which takes us actually over $500 billion in increased spending. That's going to give us probably a projected deficit, structural deficit for this year, about $1.2 to $1.3 trillion. I'm for fully funding the military. I don't think Rand Paul, I don't think Mike Lee, I don't think any of us who oppose this, and by the way, there'll be probably 50 to 80 Republicans in the House that oppose it. It's not because of the military spending. It's because of the bankruptcy that looms because of all this other accelerated spending. So we need to fund the military, absolutely, but the mechanisms are in place to do that without breaking the bank on the other side.
Okay, so why are they unconvinced that there is a solution that doesn't involve all this domestic spending?
Well, because they would rather go to a 60, they're relying on a 60-vote rule instead of relying on a 51-vote rule in the Senate. And so they need to bring the Democrats on. The Democrats want a mess of money. And the Republicans are saying, okay, we'll give you whatever you want. And so they didn't do a process where you can have open rules, so you can have amendments, et cetera. And so what you end up with is massive spending, both domestically and also for the military.
Okay, so if this makes it to the House in its current form, do you think there are enough no votes to keep it from proceeding, and then we're back to square one with no government funding?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's enough no votes to do that. I think that it'll be fairly close, but I think that it'll pass with a significant number of yes votes.
Okay, well, we will be watching overnight, as we know you are busy there at work on the Hill. Thank you very much, Congressman. Good to see you.
Thanks, Shannon. Good